Okay, yay. Finally, we got our new mic. This is much better than, recording on two separate microphones, which we did the other time.
Yes, it's called a condenser microphone.
Yay. So, yeah. Hey.
Oh, sorry. I knocked the table.
Yeah, so like the hottest topic like right now would be like the elections 2 days later. So,
Why 2 days later? Why not tomorrow? Because tomorrow is
what? It's a cool day.
cooling day.
It must be a cooling day.
Yeah, scared Singaporeans too heaty tomorrow. Gotta get that rhino cooling water.
Okay, shall we talk about the elections without getting into places that are too political?
Well, the thing is that right, I'm a foreigner, so I'm just a little bit afraid that I'll be deemed as foreign interference, and then someone will report police on me.
But
Okay, serious questions. As a foreigner here, right?
Yeah, what do you think about our elections?
I want to ask why you all like to report police all the time. Is it like a thing in Singapore?
Yeah, easy ma, it's like at your service, right? Instead of you having to go down and confront someone and like potentially getting punched, you don't appear on your own. But why are we talking about this? The police has nothing to do with the elections.
No, like no, it's about the election because some foreign dude right wrote some blog or something, some Polish guy, then the someone, I think the online citizens editor or something, go and report police on him because foreigners are not supposed to comment and influence the SG voters.
This is kind of a tricky question. So for instance, right?
Okay, let me. Okay, in that sense, right? Can I just do a disclaimer? I'm in no position to influence anybody here. Anyway.
Yeah, if you get influenced, it's because your brain is weak.
I don't know, but by the time this podcast is out, the election will be over anyway. But
no, we should aim to release it before election's over, right?
Yeah, but tomorrow your guys are supposed to cool down, right?
Yeah, so release it today.
So we can hashtag cooling day special, is it?
Like, no, it's the day before cooling day. Today is a heaty day.
Today is still heaty a bit lah. Like just now we went to, one of our house MRT there. One of the hot figures was doing book signing, right? We saw.
Yeah.
And guess who's there?
No, you cannot review it. Otherwise, they will know where we live.
Yeah, that's kind of dangerous, Nobody knows where we live, right?
Yeah, nobody's supposed to know who we are. That's how we are, able to discuss freely what we think. I mean,
but I said book signing. Then who else got book signing, right?
Well, like many people can have a book. These days everyone is a published author.
Well, you see, right, from the fact that there is a book that this guy writes book, right? This is an old guy, so he can then all these intel people, right? They can yes, it's an old guy because he writes books.
And it's a he.
Oh damn! Okay.
Too much details.
Okay, it's fine because you think about it, most politicians are guys anyway, right? In Singapore, am I right?
Yeah, and most of them are old. There's like 70%.
Old guys.
And
old
like
guys.
what is old is kind of subjective as well. Okay, but let's not focus on this particular guy. Okay,
what do you
how
think
about I interview you? Like after that you can interview me. What do you think about like holding a flash election during the COVID season?
I think it's probably quite convenient for the voters. Like now your polling station is just so near, so you can just, I don't know, go and drop your vote and then go for a breakfast or whatever.
Yeah, but we're not talking about like the location here. We're talking about the timing for having an election like right now.
Oh, the timing.
Yeah, like I mean it's kind of short, right? I remember it was announced only like last week, is it?
I think
when was it even announced? I don't even know. It feels to me like
it doesn't matter.
It's just like we were given about 1 week plus to decide.
To me, it doesn't matter because the fact that you cannot have rallies, right, is just so disadvantageous to whoever that needs a venue to stir the emotions of supporters and all that.
Well, this could be good or bad, like because like if people were to vote based on their like emotion at that point in time, may not be necessarily a good thing.
But it's okay, what you guys got cooling off day. That's how you get cooling off day.
Actually, interesting. I don't know. Do you guys have that?
Do we have cooling? No,
Oh my god! Don't tell me you do not know.
I don't think anywhere else has cooling off day, right? Or if anyone of you knows, just comment below. I don't know, man.
I'm sure this is like some kind of borrowed concept. I don't think Singapore is original enough to come up with this.
Hey, when
I'm
you
sorry.
laugh, you see when you laugh, right? Wow, your sound waves like max out.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I'm like a professional laughter.
If someone is hearing this podcast, you can.
I'm gonna burst their eardrums.
Yeah, man. Like, okay.
Sorry
New-
about that. If your eardrums are still fine, then you can still hear me.
Rookie podcaster. Anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah, so election, I have no opinions, man. It's just so boring. I don't even want to watch any of the. I mean, there's nothing to do with me also.
You mean you watched the elections for like the excitement and
Yeah.
the drama?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at how US like does its election, right? It's so much drama and there's a lot of showmanship and all that, you know.
Oh, so to you it's like some kind of entertainment.
Yeah, politics is just about entertainment, right?
Okay, so what do you think about the East Coast plan?
Oh, I mean, probably that's like the highlight of this election, you know.
Is it like? But there were so many highlights, right? There was the East Coast plan, and then also there was.
I mean,
What
give
else?
that guy a break lah. I kind of like that guy, you know,
The
the East
guy.
Coast guy.
No, like the far Easterner who suddenly become like a Mid Easterner.
I mean, honestly, right? Okay, you know, right? Once this one Malaysian politician has said before that the politicians in Singapore are not real politicians because they don't have to go through like real politicking.
Okay.
Yeah, like all the. I mean, over here, right? You all say some personal stuff, then it's called mudslinging and all that. This is in Malaysia. This is like a day-to-day, the normal routine, you know. Like, but over here, it's like everybody want. Okay, I know Singapore wants to be like a gentleman
Civil.
kind of politics, you know. So okay lah, you can do that lor. Then it's just.
I mean, give me an example of. Give me an example of what was the. I wasn't really following the election honestly, but I have to agree with you. It's kind of boring. That's why I didn't know much about like what mudslinging and all that. I heard they said that there were mudslinging, but can you give me an example?
I don't know, man. Like one MP, one guy said that there was a video leak about something about his family, something, but no one has seen the video. So it's like, okay, there's like an accusation, but then.
Or is it the M guy?
Yeah.
MR guy, the Mister.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like this is called mudslinging, right? In Singapore, I mean, like that means it's saying that this is a very bad thing. But
Maybe
I
he's
think
mudslinging himself.
in a lot of places, I don't know, maybe in a lot of Southeast Asian countries, politics is just very normal stuff. I think I'm not sure.
No, but in the first place, like nobody could identify exactly what was being mudslinged. I mean, like he said, someone like exposed a video of my family. So what did that video talk about?
I mean,
And what did it show? And who was involved? Like, who was showing that video? Like nobody saw it.
Yeah, I mean most of us have families, right? And then if someone take a video of your family, it's not a big thing, right? That's why it's a lot of question marks, right?
Was it at a birthday party or was it at like some meet the MP session?
Unless someone take the video of of his family and then put some captions on it and say some bad stuff. I don't know. So what is it? It's a lot of question marks, right? So nobody knows. Okay. But
so
it doesn't matter.
What were the other highlights you remember of the election?
Must be Charles Yeo lah for me personally.
yeah.
今天出现
why you give out his name? You're not supposed to do that.
It's okay because
it's okay?
Because okay. Charles Yeo is like, I look at him more of like a, I don't know, man. He's just like an internet. They call him meme lord or something. You don't know this one? They call him the meme lord. Someone who is good at. I don't know what is it. Is it like, I'm also quite out, but I think it means like someone who is very good at generating memes, meme lord. Then they call this Tan Cheng Bock hype beast.
Hype beast.
I think Reddit. I mean, I saw this on Reddit. You say, okay, I'm a quite old dude also lah. But then I go on Reddit and then I look at. I know Reddit. I think Reddit is frequented by quite young people. Like as young as I've seen someone say, "Oh, I'm 11 this year." So
Wow.
I suppose it's quite a young place where young folks hang out, right? So they'll have very interesting words like hype beast. Hype beast.
Yeah, I heard of that. It's like they say that he's the original hype beast.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, if you know, just help us out. Comment below. I don't know, man.
Hype beast.
Hype beast.
Just like
It's
someone
so cool.
who's very good at generating hype beast.
Yeah.
I think we're quite old. Did you ask like
Yeah,
readers
the other
like what exactly is hype beast?
No, I don't dare, man. But
Yeah, expose your age.
the other thing is like, okay, I'm very upfront that I'm a foreigner. Maybe you can tell from my accent also. But
Yeah,
the-
put
the
that
oth-
in the description.
the other thing is that I'm kind of afraid sometimes when during election, right, when people get quite emotional about this whole foreigners stealing their job thing. So okay lah, I'm not foreigner, okay, I'm Malaysian. And Malaysians we are bros, okay. Singapore 星马一家, okay.
Yeah.
Chinese means
BR.
Singapore, Malaysia is one
Hey, don't
family.
try to charm us. Okay?
Remember Michelle Chong show the something about Malaysians coming here to chase their dreams. Yeah, I'm always, of course, Singapore to a lot of Malaysians is a place like, it's like a dream place to make
Sure.
to make money.
To make money, yes, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a dream place.
Okay, let's not go too deep. But what I'm saying is that it does give foreigners, right, also, or maybe even Malaysians maybe less, but let's say foreigners, in a way I'm a foreigner, right, so I also feel, oh no, they're talking about, wow, these foreigners doing our job, so it's like a bit scary, or it can be a bit scary also lah when you hear this kind of thing, right. It's like, would it make Singaporeans like really, like don't like just have these very negative feelings towards foreigners during this period of time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I think I just want to share some of my views also.
Yeah.
Cause like I marry a foreigner, and then like so I feel quite conflicted sometimes when I see when people are like discriminating against foreigners. I don't know how to feel about it because like I have family members who are foreigners,
Yeah.
and then like yeah, should I be discriminating foreigners? Yeah, I think I feel kind of confused about
I
it.
can understand this whole idea about like, we want the best for our people and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean it's like natural, but I guess as if you are out of the tribe, right, definitely you will feel, yeah lah, you
What
will
is
feel
out of the tribe?
you are not the tribe, like, going back to my tribal thing, right. Singaporeans as a tribe.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like I guess I can understand that. So, but then if you're not the tribe, then you'll feel a bit scared and worried maybe, like that you're not so welcome.
But what do you think of? Okay, this is kind of sensitive, I think, and ties into the whole question of like having foreigners steal our job. I mean, let's put private sector aside because private sector
Yeah.
is kind of like, the market demands certain skills. But what do you think about like foreigners coming here to work in our civil service, like in our stat boards and things? I mean, this is something that that has always puzzled me, because like it's not like some very special skills that are needed. Like it's just managing the parks and managing whatever that. Yeah, it's like it's simple work. I don't want to like be
Oh.
very precise about what these foreigners are doing, but what do you think of that?
I think it's market forces determine, isn't that better? I mean, like if the stat boards want to hire, then why not?
Yeah, but the question is like, could those people at the top be also foreigners who are
I don't know,
essentially
man.
running the show?
I don't know, man. I have no opinion on this.
Yeah.
In
like,
general,
I mean,
I'm
this
someone
some-
with not much opinions. I'm like what one comedian say, right? If you like before I leave the
Are you sure
house,
you're
I'll.
someone who has no opinions?
I mean, I have actually, right? I don't have a lot of opinions. One like if before I go and before we go out and to a party, I mean, there's a joke, right? Like, just turn on the TV, look at what people say, and just I don't know, like, I do have some opinions, but a lot of things I don't really want to think about it lah. I don't know. How about you? What do you think?
What about?
Whatever you just asked. I know you have a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
opinions about that.
I am quite like puzzled, as in I don't agree with it because I feel like do we really need someone foreign to come and manage like M parks or like JTC? I mean, I have always had an opinion about it, and I'm sure I've voiced it to you in the past. So I kind of feel like it's maybe like somewhat the fault of the current administration. Yeah, I'm be very upfront here because like the fact that they are not giving our people the chance to because every job loss, right, is every job loss one.
Yeah.
Correct? No?
Maybe Singaporeans don't want to manage parks, eh? I don't know.
Okay. Maybe, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Like if let's say you have a role in for example EDB, okay, where your officers needs to be someone who is very on the ball, trying to get foreign investment. Yeah, I can get it. Like if you hire like an Indian, for example, to go and get investments from Indians in India, I get it. But like for domestic affairs, I kind of feel like what you have a PR working in NEA. It's just weird to me.
Yeah. Perhaps some jobs should be reserved for Singaporeans. Yes, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Definitely, right? Because we are talking about. I mean, all the politicians on TV are talking about creating jobs for Singaporean and all that.
Yeah, I feel like they only call out Singaporeans during an election.
Yeah.
It's almost like any other time. It's about like providing more jobs, and then it's just a full stop. It's not about providing more jobs for Singaporean. It almost only comes up as a tagline during the election. This is my true feelings. It's like I kind of find that it's a bit hypocritical.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is about politicians telling us to take the risk and do entrepreneurship and innovation, right? That's another thing. Like I said.
Yeah, maybe they see like they're taking a huge risk on their personal lives by running for elections. But yeah, and I also asked the other question of, right now MPs are paid 16,000. Of course, if you have like a ministerial post, you probably paid more for your other contributions. But my sincere question is, if let's say like we were to bring that salary down to like somewhat normal, okay, like 7.5, cut half, okay, which you can easily okay, maybe not easily, but if you're as qualified as you deem yourself to be, right, then maybe if you go to the private sector, you will be able to get a job that's paying you like 7,500. Would you then choose to run for election? Is a question that I think will cause many candidates to drop out.
I think one of the candidates, right, say that he would donate half of his salary or something.
Oh, is it? Which candidate?
To who else?
Who?
The hottest figure in our area now.
Then why do you have to say our area? Oh, okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have said like our area or what. Then you could have said the name. But whatever. Like, okay. So that's one.
We're not supposed to review it.
Yeah, we shouldn't review where we stay.
Oh shit! Then I pretty much
you gave it away.
Intel got it. I mean, the other thing is the climate of fear lah. That people are like scared of supporting the opposition. I mean, not all, but definitely there are people who are even afraid to take flyers or that little flag thingy.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is another thing that I observed during this election, right? That there's always this. I mean, there's always a disadvantage to the opposition because right. I don't know. Will you be scared to take a flyer from opposition?
That's nuts. Okay. So to be clear, right, I am someone who is quite non-partisan. Like I don't care about politics. So what I did the last election, right? But still, I went to become a polling agent. And the reason is because I am for the opposition. The reason is not because I support the opposition. The reason is only because PAP has too many supporters, right? And like if you apply to be a polling agent, I think chances are you won't even get in.
How do you know? I mean, you didn't even try.
But whatever it is, like it's an easier option. So becoming a polling agent, I've seen the process myself. I think that it's unlikely that your votes are tracked because like they literally just pour out the entire bucket on the table, sort them out really really quickly.
No time for that. Huh?
Yeah, no time for that. Like that. I mean, if someone was blatantly checking every serial number and shit like that,
Yeah,
like
doesn't make sense.
That would just be why then we will be living in North Korea.
I think it's good that you work as a polling agent, right? Like you actually see the whole process yourself, as in you use it as a chance to go and like a behind the scenes.
But
kind of
I
thing,
have an interesting story that I should probably share here. So when I don't know if there's like two roles. One is a polling agent, and then the other one is
counting agent.
Counting agent. So I've been both. So when I went down as a polling agent, right, like initially they like greeted me with warm welcomes and things like that. So like the bunch of people there were like the PAP volunteers, and then there were like civil servants, from the schools, and like I think maybe People's Association manning the entire venue. So they welcomed me thinking that I was a PAP polling agent. So they ushered me to like the PAP seat, and telling me that, oh yeah, it will soon be my turn because they are going to swap out this other auntie for me. And then later on they find that something is a bit amiss. Like I was very quiet, I didn't say anything. And then they also were thinking like maybe like I'm not like really the correct person, because I can't remember, but I think maybe someone else arrived for the next slot for PAP, right? And then they suddenly realized that I was not their polling agent. They quickly, what they did was they quickly ushered me out of the hall as if like I was not supposed to be there, right? So like I was let in without any checking of my NRIC whatsoever, and I was like given a seat to sit down and treated pretty nicely. But once they realized that I was not a PAP a supporter, they quickly ushered me out. And then I don't know what happened inside. So they just told me to wait outside, and it was my slot already, and then I think they were overrun. So I wasn't able to be let in at the correct time. So then they were just discussing among themselves, and then like after a while, then they let me in. So this is always a mystery to me. Like, what the heck are they discussing, right? I'm supposed to go in at a certain time.
Who are they?
So the day is the event organizer and also the PAP people.
You mean the supposedly neutral
both
election department people?
Because if you think about it, right, if they had checked my identity the moment I entered the hall, like let's say I came and I said I'm a polling agent. They didn't expect
anyone, right?
Yeah, they didn't expect anyone. So like the moment I say I'm a polling agent, they should have requested to check my identification, but they didn't. So they just simply let me in with an assumption that I was a PAP supporter. And then like after that, for whatever reason, they feel like I should get out of the venue, which I felt like maybe it wasn't very fair, because my slot has started, and regardless, right, if I was a polling agent for the opposition, like for real, right, because I was just there to experience the whole thing. But if I was an actual polling agent for, I should be allowed inside, what, right? Why would they need to usher me out?
Yeah.
It's a bit like, something is like a bit amiss. I felt like, okay, maybe not a miss, but like it wasn't. I felt like the moment they realized that I was not a PAP supporter, I wasn't treated very fairly, because you can see like the PAP supporters, they were like swapping in and out like very freely.
And they got like lunch and refreshments, right?
Yeah. So the lunch and refreshment, I think, is something else that the party has prepared for them, which honestly is fine, because it's like now down to how much money you have.
So they never share anything with you?
Share what?
Their lunch.
No, not
leftovers,
no, it's not a lunch. It's like, okay, so after you do your polling duties, right? So the next step, because I signed up for both, I think I had the last lot.
Hey, do you eat dinner before you go to count? Wow, you just like tahan all the way.
I did it straight, right? Like
yeah,
after
remember,
polling
yes,
and counting.
You never come.
So
you
I
never
think
go
my
back
slot was like what, 2 to 8. Sorry, not 2 to 6.
So you
4
never
to 6.
never eat anything the whole day.
Yeah. I think it was
Crazy.
like 4, not the whole day. I think
Huh?
I went like 4 to 6,
Oh.
and then straight after it was counting already. Like the votes had to be ushered, right? To counting.
So it wasn't that bad lah. Maybe you ate something
at like 8 o'clock.
I'm just thinking maybe you were like too
later
hungry,
than
and then how's yeah.
Yeah, it was very very late. By the time I got home, it was like 9 plus 10. So because so the one job of the polling agent is also to kind of usher the boxes to the counting stations, so that you make sure that there's no hanky panky, like people are going to swap out the boxes and things like that lah. So yeah, I was on the bus. That was this public bus that they like kind of used to transport both polling agents from both parties with the boxes, with the election people. I don't recall exactly, but so yeah,
Right.
we took that to another school. We were at a community center, then we went to a school, and then the counting started, like where they pour things out, and then like
Not
there
like-
were counting agents.
Was it
and
like
we
a
would just
truckload
watch.
of boxes?
No, it was like not that much. Yeah,
But all has to be loaded onto the bus.
I think so. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, I should have been a better polling agent. I don't remember a lot of details, but
I
I
guess-
remember vividly the counting side.
Uh-huh.
That was fair. I
But-
feel like there was no
Was it
like amiss activities. Yeah.
Was it just you at the counting side? There's no the opposition never sent their
No,
representative.
the opposition went.
Oh, because that's very important, right?
Yes, because like polling stations they have a lot, but
Oh.
counting station, if I'm not wrong,
Did
there's
they say
only
thank
one.
you to you? Like you are just this random little.
I can't remember, you know. I can't remember, but I wasn't there
Did
for
they-
any appreciation. Well, I was there to witness.
Did they give you those Yo's chrysanthemum tea thing?
No.
Like to appreciate your hard work, you know?
Yeah, so
Or
talking
London
about the
chocolate roll.
dinner or whatever, right?
No dinner,
so,
nothing.
So like PAP supporters, right? It's also one of the PAP candidates came out and be like, okay, volunteers, don't worry, okay, your refreshments, your dinner is waiting for you at so and so place, you know.
But
Please
did
come
you-
with us, blah blah. You know, like I was like, okay.
Did you did you feel like defecting at that time?
Maybe yes, maybe a huge part of it, but no lah. I was very sure like that I'm not someone who is quite political. I don't really care about this. I went really
You
for
do it
the
for
experience.
life experience, so
Yeah.
you can talk about it in this podcast.
Oh yeah. 5 years later, I should have talked about it earlier because now I cannot remember a lot of things. Yeah, so
What a
that was
waste.
interesting. Yeah, I would encourage like any Singaporeans out there, right? If you have a chance
Yeah.
to be a polling agent, counting agent. I mean, okay, so basically how I applied for it, I didn't really apply. I went for one of the opposition rallies, which is like just next to my house. Then like they were asking for people to volunteer. So I just said, okay, I can do it. You know.
There's a sign out booth or something, right?
No, there was no sign up book. Also, no, then we had to go for like a briefing session at Tanjong Pagar, where their lawyer was. So then you have to fill out the form because it has to be endorsed by some lawyer. I think it was like some official form. So I filled that up, and then like you just tell them when you're free, I think. Yeah, then I'm like, okay, I
Yeah, how
can
come
do
this still
this,
never
this,
go
this.
to you?
I mean,
Is it
it
too
was
late?
too sudden, and I guess I just didn't bother.
You can don't know if you can sign out or not. Actually can go ma.
I think right now might be a bit too late. When they first announced the election, I think if you're really, really keen, you should like approach whichever party you want to.
But I think don't need already lah. You got the
Agent
experience
for-
already ma.
Yeah, for me, I will not do it again. Come on, like I value my time too much. But if you're like first time, yeah, it might be an interesting
Quite
experience.
fun.
Yeah.
But if you can join the PAP one, got food one.
What? Let me share though. Okay, anyway, to be clear, right, like the opposition party that I kind of become polling agent for, right, has disbanded. It's a very lame party, okay, because you know, in fact,
Did you just say it's a name
it's
party?
true, okay, it's true, because like after the election, right, I think they lost, and we went to their HQ. Is it? We went to their. Why did we go? Like that's crazy. They already lost. Like why did we go?
No, I don't think we go.
We went. No, we didn't. I felt like the candidates, they weren't very serious about like winning votes. Like they're just there to like to voice something.
No, I think that's why PAP should not even be worried about all this like for fun type of parties, right? I don't know. I think a lot of them are not very serious. I'm okay. I may be offending some people by saying this, but
I don't agree.
from what we saw last time, some of them are really just not serious, you know.
No, I don't agree. I feel like most parties are quite serious. That party that
Yeah,
I
that
went-
party.
That party is
That
stupid.
party
Okay,
is
so
not-
anyway, that party is no longer around. It's called Sing First.
Oh my god, you
It's
say
like,
it!
yeah, I say it because it's like no longer around. Like it has participated in one election.
Okay, actually, some of their members, right, have joined other parties. Yeah.
I don't even remember who is inside, but I remember like they were.
Remember
They
there's
were
this
like
old,
not
you know,
very friendly. In fact, you know,
got this old uncle, right?
I second thoughts about whether to help them. You know.
You know, that's old uncle. Then we were like talking to him. He's one of the candidates. Then he's like, "Oh, ask your parents to vote for me." Then I'm like, "Dude, this girl is like your voter, potential voter." Hello, uncle. Like, this is a voter in front of you, and yet you ask her parents to vote.
Yeah, you should say
Very judgmental.
yeah.
He just assumed that you are not of voting age.
You just assume that I'm underage, or maybe that's a tactic to praise me.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, to compliment me for my young looks. But yeah, like,
okay, if that makes you happy.
yeah, he should probably have said something like, you know, hope your family will support Sing first. You know?
Yeah, just like be something more inclusive, like your family, right?
Yeah, your family includes you.
But that's why I say, right, the Singapore politicians really need to learn, right? Because like right now there are circulations of videos of how certain politicians are not very caring, like when they go around giving out their flyers.
Oh yeah, the write down your name, write down
your name, you know, like just when they are not so good, when it's okay when they meet supporters and then they're like, hey, okay, but if they meet someone, right, who's slightly confrontational, who will criticize them, then they're kind of at a loss at what to do.
I
you
think
know?
they need to go to civil service college and take up the course on how to handle difficult customers.
yeah, exactly. These people are like those, you know, like people who complain. I want to see your manager. That kind of angry customers, right? So they are not. I think they're not so good at handling that. There was this uncle who was complaining about, oh, I applied this subsidy also never get. Then this candidate was like, wow, like don't know what to do. Then just kind of walk off.
Let's just call her JT.
Just kind of walk off, and then people are like, oh, this JT is so uncaring. But I suppose maybe, yeah, okay, we don't know how she is, but or maybe it could be just a case like, oh, they don't know what to do, they just walk away kind of thing.
Well,
so
yeah, that's just terrible, right? You see, yes, you can say that you didn't know what to do, but a lot of it is also a reflection of your psyche, that you don't give a care. You don't give a care, yeah. That's why you just walk away. I mean, like, even for PR sake, right? You make a bit of sense. Maybe you just stay for 30 seconds.
Just listen, right?
Yeah, like you know, stand there.
Yeah.
Like
nod your head.
You know, pretend to listen.
And then,
and then after like the uncle has some chance to ran past him another flyer, and be like, we will represent you and we will hear you out, okay? Like, you know.
Yeah, I think the optics will even be better, right? If like you whip up, if she whips up a pen and paper, right, just start writing down the name. Rather than asking your someone subordinate to write down a name, right? If you just, you know, for the optics sake, right, for the
stop using optics, like that sounds
for the photography, for the photo moment sake, right, you just take out a pen, piece of paper, and just write down a name.
Yeah, like I think they don't really know how to carry themselves, and also maybe they're not very used to being rejected, like. Yeah. You know, like, because actually there is a sizable population of people who reject them. It's just that they are not surfacing day by day.
Not many people are willing to go confront them and say, because if let's say you're like, let's say you have some issues, you won't do that, right? You just take the flyer and just walk off, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I have like a couple of experiences with dealing with MPs. And I would say, like, you know, some of them are fine and some of them are just downright unpleasant. So, for example, one time, I went to see this MP, right?
What's the initials?
Huh? Sorry?
What's the initials?
I don't need to tell you the initial. I just say I live in the West, and West has never been held by the opposition. Okay, so so like which MP is it? Like maybe it's up to you to guess. But basically, she was very very condescending. Like, you know, like,
oh, it's a she.
Oh yeah, it's a she. Like I tried to tell her my issues, right? And then she just think that, and she heard me out. Like the moment I mentioned grandmother, right? She's like, oh, no, I mentioned my auntie. My auntie needed some help because her husband, who is a Singaporean, died, right? And then, like, the moment she realized that my auntie is a foreigner, she's like, no, I cannot help because this is only a platform for Singaporeans. But I'm like, no, I'm a Singaporean, and then my auntie's in trouble, and my uncle is also Singaporean. It's just that he's dead, okay? Like, I need to help my family, right? People don't just go to you to solve their own problems. Usually people come to you to solve their problems and their family's problem.
Yeah.
And then like after that, I mentioned my grandma, and my grandma happens to stay in Aljunied. So the moment I mentioned my grandma, and then she's like, oh, then she has to go to her own MP. And then like that's just very, very terrible attitude. Can you imagine me? I was so furious with her. You know, at that point I decided who I wanted to vote for already. I'm gonna vote for whoever that is not her. And then too bad for her, she's running this time. So, you know, if a cactus was running against her, I would vote for the cactus.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna win anyway.
Yeah, she's gonna win, but yeah, like I mean, I've told a dozen people about this story, and I'm sure I've influenced some people. So yeah, like don't be an ass.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, increasingly as well, you know, the older population who are obviously more supportive of the incumbent, right? I think they're just slowly dying off, lah, pretty much. So don't just take it for granted that, you know, you can simply just ignore people and, like, you know, get your votes like year by year, because
It's true.
sometimes
this
this is just your assumption.
I mean, at least the pioneer generation and Merdeka generation, they are still around. I mean, they'll still be like a
They are quite ardent supporters.
yeah. So definitely they are not worried for now.
Yeah, so my point of voting, that, but this is just personal, is that I'm not going to support whoever who like just dismiss me like that. So like I said, you know, is super disrespectful. Like if a cactus is running for election, right? You know, cactus cannot talk. I will vote for the cactus. Yeah, a cactus can just look at me blankly, but a cactus will not ask me to go to Aljunied instead to seek help, or like, you know, like not help me because my auntie is a foreigner.
It's
that's
funny.
nuts,
They can just help you and then just like write something and then forward it to the Aljunied's colleague, right? Oh, because it's Aljunied.
Yeah, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Like the
Oh.
moment she heard only a part of my story, she wanted to reject me already. You know,
and
are you
also, are you saying they're so sensitive
Yeah.
to the word Aljunied?
No, it's not about that. It's about like
Because
at
Aljunied
the
is
first
workers'
sign
parties.
of being able to push it away,
Yeah,
she seems to just want to push it away.
I think they really
Like for example, Mr. MR, right? Like Mr. MR also is this MP who runs this particular SMC, and that had a unit caught fire, okay? And then the water hose was not able to, they were not able to so SCDF was not able to retrieve that water hose, right? Because it has not been maintained properly, and someone died. I thought that was very, very terrible. I mean, it's almost like unforgivable mistake, because like your job is just to run town council, and then this guy, right, he just do it part-time. I mean, just makes things even worse. Like, how is he qualified? Seriously.
Actually,
And they fielded him again. This is so crap.
But okay, just to clarify, right? Are MPs supposed to look into small things like fire hose and all these things?
Oh,
is
so
it their
then
responsibility?
What then if someone died?
No,
Like,
I mean
you don't
it's
think
not.
it's their responsibility?
I don't know. I mean, I that's what I'm asking. It's like maybe it's not. How to say?
It's like your facilities manager issue, is it? But like when the
Yeah.
facilities manager don't work, and who is their boss?
Hmm.
That's the issue. Yeah, who is the boss of the facilities manager? And like I had so many experiences where I called the town council and like civil service, right? And sometimes they just give like really, really terrible service, like civil disservice. How about that? Or town council, like when they told me, you know, so one time where I saw some land that was infested with rats, I called like Sports Singapore thinking it was their land because it's just beside the swimming pool. And then after that, it's not their land, so I called the town council, and then the town council is like, oh, it's just beside the swimming pool, how about you call Sports Singapore? And by that time, I ran out of patience, so I said, well, if, you know, town council and Sports Singapore is not going to take care of that piece of land, I'm going to take it, okay? And then it's going to be my land. And then only at that point, they decided that it's not worth picking a fight with me. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is like just plain irresponsible. And then one time, oh yeah, we were renting like a HDB, you know, that PPHS scheme. So it's like basically for not unmarried, like people who are waiting for their flats to be done. And then like one of my light bulbs or light switches blew, and took them like almost a week or more than that to come and fix it, which is super crap, because then for one of the rooms, right, we didn't have light.
No, they say we're supposed to change it ourselves.
Oh, that's bullshit. Okay.
because we have the ownership of the rental flat.
I see all kinds of crap that like this, right, just accumulates and just accumulates our frustration towards the administration. So in the end, I know that a lot of times, don't shake, like a lot of times
Yes,
it's just like the people on the ground that's not doing their jobs. But I think the fact that they dare to not do their jobs properly is because their bosses aren't very strict with them.
So why are you scared by not daring to name the name of the MP? That you have to say the initials?
Yeah, maybe to a certain extent. I feel like this whole white terror thing, right, it's not unreal, it's real.
Then I have to correct your initials, it's wrong. It's not MR, it's MP.
Oh shit.
That means MP for MP. Oh, that means
MP for MP.
I got a joke. I suddenly thought of a joke. It's like, why does Mr. MP gets to be MP? Because he is MP. Okay, it's not funny, sorry.
Okay, yeah, not funny. And then he's and that he's a part-time MP. Full-time lawyer, part-time MP.
I don't know, like it doesn't help. I think that in that respect, right, like in Malaysia, right, people don't give a shit. People will just talk shit about whoever they want to talk shit about, even basically anyone, can say the name. But I guess maybe over here people are just scared, right? More worried lah.
Yeah. And I don't like this kind of feeling. So I kind of feel like, I'm not against PAP. I'm not for opposition, but I will vote for the opposition simply for the fact that I don't like that any party has too much power and can basically make me feel like I'm in fear, and I don't deny the fact that I'm in fear. So is it my fault that I'm in fear? Like, this is ridiculous, like blame the victim kind of thing.
What are you fearful about?
POFMA.
Oh.
Or
right,
whatever, or like label or
whatever.
whatever.
Whatever you mention,
like I just want to say
it's not true, and
like what if they think that I'm doxing them and shit,
Right.
Yeah, and it came up with all these kind of rules.
But POFMA is like for prevention of falsehood, something about facts, right? But you're just saying opinions. It's not a fact. Even if you're wrong, and it's just your opinion.
Yeah, but that's not how they operate it. Yeah. I mean, so I may be wrong. I might be POFMA for saying that this is the way they operate it. Like, yeah, I'm sure. Like,
so POFMA is like POFMA strikes fear, is it?
I think so, and also doxing.
Doxing.
Like.
Oh yeah, like you cannot say people's name, right?
Yeah, it's stupid, right? Like, let's say someone on the street, right, hit you with a bag of shit, for example. This is just hypothetical, right? And then you're so angry, you cannot go online and say that, oh my god, like. Ong Akao just threw a bag of shit at my face, like he deserved to be thrown a bag of shit. Okay, so if you say that, you're doxing Ong Akao, and this is just shit. I mean,
okay lah, you're getting a bit heaty.
Yeah. Oh, I should just.
It's like I think we need some cooling. Oh, not to worry. Tomorrow you have a whole day to cool off. Cool.
Yeah, we're like around 40 minutes away from cooling off.
Okay lah. I have not much opinions about election. Good luck to you and all the other Singaporeans. Good luck. Hope you guys will have vote happily, I suppose.
I guess I get a day off if that helps.
Yeah. At least that will make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, there's no difference for me since I work from home all the time.
You are so hard to please.
Yeah, and for that I have to thank my foreigner boss. It has nothing to do with Singapore's credit.
Oh no, I'm not sure how people will think about us. These two crazy podcasters.
Yeah, if you listen up to this point, congratulate you. You have the patience of a politician.
Yeah, don't listen to us. We have nothing much else to say, man.
Hey, those are boring. Okay, yeah, that's all. Bye.
Bye.
Till next time.
45.